Hey, this is Bob Herb again for Camp Broadcasting. We're looking at our Week 1 preview again. Today we're going to look at the Poteet Aggies. Owner of Camp Broadcasting, Jeff Stivers, and myself went to talk to head coach Rudy Valerio and some of the players of Poteet. So take it away, Stivers.
Rudy Valerio of the Poteet Aggies. Coach, thank you for having us here at in your office. Appreciate it. Coach, we want to ask you some questions about the Poteet Aggies. And beginning, we would like to say, you're coming off of an 0-10 season, a 3-7 season with an 0-5 district record, but there was improvement. And that's 3 years removed from your last playoff appearance. Coach, as you're moving forward with this season, or as you're moving into the season, how do you keep your kids focused? How do you keep your coaches focused? Do you keep pushing that? You know what? We had some success last year. Do we keep moving forward with that? How do you relate that to your players? Just tell us a little bit about how you've taken that approach this off season into this first game this year.
Well, first of all, appreciate you guys being here and putting us out there. Anytime we can acknowledge our kids in our programs, we're always going to be open for that. So, like I said, we want to appreciate y'all doing this. It's about finish. The focus on this offseason was finishing. You're right. We were 0-10 my first year, 3-7 last year, and then in district we went 0-5. We were beating Lytle till about 2 minutes left in the game. They returned a kickoff that kind of swung it their way. We were beating Jernton at half. We were beating Hondo at half. So we competed. We were in every game. We just couldn't finish. So the focus this offseason was finishing. Finishing everything hard, finishing everything with a purpose, having a sense of urgency. Just because things are going your way doesn't mean they're going to stay that way, right? Yeah. Friday night, you've all been there. Friday night's a long game. It's up and down, a lot of highs and a lot of lows. And we can't get too high on the good stuff and can't get too low on the bad stuff. We just got to keep playing. You got to keep playing. And the biggest, like I said, the biggest thing is finishing. One of our seniors actually came up with our hashtag this year, and he called it "Flip the Script." Right, flip the script. It fits what we want to do. If you know anything about Poteet, I've been here going on my 8th year. I was a defensive coordinator with Darby House when he was here, and I've experienced an 0-10 season. Our first year here, we went 0-10. And we won 3 games the second year, and then we made the playoffs at 500, and then we were district champs. So as long as you're progressing and you see that progress, there's always that chance to be good and great.
So you've seen this before.
Yes, I've seen this before.
You've seen an 0-10 season before.
I've seen an 0-10 season, and I've seen an 0-10 season here.
Okay, so
and
you
3 years
have,
later, we've been district champs. So,
okay.
So we've seen it, and the kids that we have playing now, they weren't necessarily, they were a part of it, because being part of the athletic program. They were at the junior high,
right?
But they've seen that also. They've been a part of that. We're not winning any games; things aren't going our way. To seeing the work and the work ethic that it takes to become a district champ, to make the playoffs. So it's not new territory for us. That's not something I'm proud to say, right? Because nobody wants to say that. But it's something that we can overcome because we've done it before.
Gotcha. All right, Coach. Tell us a little bit about what you have returning as far as your offensive, defensive starters and returning lettermen. I assume, a lot of times when you have an 0-10 season or a record like 3-7 or something, you play a lot of young guys. I assume that's the case here. Tell us a little bit about what you got coming back.
Yeah, for sure. When we were 0-10, our offensive line consisted of 4 sophomores and a freshman. So they've been playing together for the last 2 years. So we're gonna go as far as our offensive line's willing to take us. We're gonna hang our hats on them just because they're experienced. A lot of them have been playing for 3 years already. As you know, as a sophomore, you can compete early, but as the game goes on, sometimes maturity takes over, and having 3 or 4 off seasons under your belt, it's gonna show. So even though they played hard and we competed well, we were kind of thrown around a little bit there toward the end of the game, that one season where we weren't successful. But they've gotten better and they've gotten stronger. That's the biggest thing. We believe in the weight room here in Poteet. We're 4 days a week in the off season. I've always believed you're going to compete with either size, speed, or strength. And you come into one of our games, we're not going to be the biggest and we're not going to be the fastest, but we're going to be strong. And that's what we hang our head on. is the weight room. So these guys have had 3 and 4 years of off season. So we're expecting big things from them. We're expecting big things from our offensive line. We will have one sophomore playing left tackle, but as far as the other 4 go, they're going to be experienced. 2 seniors and 2 juniors. So we're excited. We're excited about them. Our skill going to be a little young. We're in a quarterback battle. I'll tell you that. You'll see them. They'll rotate in today's scrimmage. Our skill guys are going to be young. Going to be a little bit more inexperienced. That's why we're going to lean on our offensive line. Defensively, we've got 8 coming back. So as we lean on the offensive line, we're going to ask the defense to carry us early, because we are bringing in a new offensive system, and you know that usually takes a little bit to get the wheels moving, just to put it all into perspective, going against other teams and the speed of the game and tempo. So we'll lean on our defense. We've got 8 returners coming back from a defense last year that gave up about 20 points a game. Most of those came on big plays. So if we can eliminate the big plays, I think we're going to be strong defensively. So that's where we're at returns. We've got 22 lettermen coming, so we're bringing back a little bit of experience what we have not had the last couple of years, just because we've been so young. So it's always a good thing. These kids have stuck with it, even though the past couple of years haven't been what we expect, because our expectation every year is to make the playoffs. That's what we want to do. If one of your goals is not to make the playoffs, I'd say you probably shouldn't be a coach. And I'm not trying to call anybody out, but that should be the goal of everyone. And then, of course, you want a gold ball, you want a district championship. But first and foremost, we do want to play 11 games, right? Because everyone has 10. We want that 11th game. We want to get into the dance. And I think these guys have been playing long enough. They understand what it takes because they've seen it. And I'll reiterate, they've been part of when things aren't great, and they've seen the work it's taken. I believe in my heart they've put in that work. So we're excited for this season. We're excited to flip the script.
Okay, Coach Valerio. We're here with Coach Rudy Valerio, head football coach and athletic director here in Poteet, Texas. Coach, tell us a little bit about Friday Night Lights in Poteet, Texas, and what does it mean to the community here at Poteet to come to a Friday night football game and to see the kids out on the field. And I think I've been in a small town before. I've coached in small towns. I know what it means for everybody to come to a Friday night game. Tell us about Poteet, though. What are some things that you'd like to say about Poteet, Texas?
Well, Poteet, it's a great place to be as far as the kids. I'll start with the kids. The kids are respectful. They're hardworking. Sometimes we get that bad rap of Poteet, and this is what I've learned from being here. I've been here 8 years. But these kids, they're great kids. They want to be like everyone else. They want to be successful. They do put in the work. I will tell you that they put in the work. They do commit to the programs that they're in, that they're involved in, whether it's athletics, FFA, band. But they're hardworking. They're hardworking, and who doesn't love a kid that's going to give everything he's got for you, right? So we'll start with the kids. It's a great place to be. I've been here 8 years, and I keep saying that because there's nowhere I wouldn't spend. That's the longest I've been anywhere. As a coach,
really?
you tend to move around. A lot of moves I made were for promotion, but it still didn't keep me in one place. And 8 years is a long time nowadays to be in one spot, because that's unheard of. You hardly hear of coaches staying 10 years.
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years average.
Mm-hmm.
5 years average, and you're moving, whether you're an assistant or whether you're an AD. Just because that's the nature of the business. Community, we have community support like no other. You're right, it's small town community, so those bleachers on Friday night, stand on Friday night, are packed. They're packed, concession stands packed, and it's a great feeling. You can feel the difference. You guys have been a part of it. You can feel the difference on Friday night. You walk out to a field that's jam-packed to a field that's empty, depending on where you're at, depending on how your season's going. We're fortunate enough, because you mentioned this a couple of times, and I'll own it. We have not had the success we wanted the last couple of years, but that does not deter the fans. They're here supporting our kids every Friday, every Thursday. Junior high games like a Friday night. On Thursday, 7th graders and 8th graders, our babies are playing, but the stands are packed. That's just the support of the community involvement to our athletic program. So we appreciate that. We appreciate the continued support. We appreciate the positive feedback. We just appreciate the fact that they still believe in Poteet athletics. So we work our butts off as coaches and as student athletes to go ahead and flip the script, right? Hashtag flip the script, so that we can become the Poteet Aggies that were successful 3 years ago. They were district champs. They were in the playoffs 3 years in a row. They've been a part of this up and down 10 years since I've been here. So they've seen it also. Now it's time for us to do our part and start elevating the program back to what it was.
All right, welcome back to Poteet High School. We're now going to speak to some of the players here, and we're going to start off with this young man right here. Go ahead and give us your name and information about yourself.
I'm Arian Bosques. I'm a junior. I play quarterback, and I'm number 10.
Number 10. All right, Arian. So this is you're the quarterback.
Yes, sir.
Is this your first year as the starting quarterback?
Yes, sir.
All right. What are you looking forward to the most when those lights come on Friday night and you get out there and you have to take control of the team? Tell us a little bit about
looking
it.
forward to just helping my team this season, trying to get more wins and being a leader.
My name is Fernando Hernandez. I play defensive end. I'm number 13.
All right, Fernando. Coach said a lot of good things about you. How, as a sophomore, you were first team all-district defensive end, and then you had a little setback last year and you missed a season.
Yes, sir.
Tell us how it feels to come back now as a senior to lead this team on the defensive side of the ball.
It feels good. I'm glad to be back, helping my team out and what I could do.
All right, Fernando, we mentioned earlier that you missed last season because of an injury. You don't have to tell us what the injury was, but tell us a little bit about what it felt like to sit there and watch your classmates, your teammates, your best friends go through everything that they went through last year, the improvements they made, the heartbreak they made. Coach said y'all led 3 games and ended up losing them in the second half. Just tell us what it feels like to have to sit there and what you did mentally to get yourself ready to come back this year.
Well, I didn't feel good mentally, but what helped me was helping my team out and what I could do, like mentally help them out, talking to them, like my position, whoever was in my position, I would talk to
You
them.
were a coach on the sidelines.
Yes, sir.
Great.
My name is Nathan Crimpin. I'm a senior right tackle, number 78.
All right, Nathan Crimpin, 3-year starter. Tell us a little bit about what it means to be the leader of this team. Coach had a lot of good things to say about you. You didn't miss a day of off-season, a day of summer workouts. You led by example, not necessarily the vocal guy, but you're the guy that gets in there, does the work, works hard, and you do all this, and you even held a full-time or a job during the summer as well.
Yes, sir.
Which is awesome, man. That's a great way of being a leader. So tell us what it feels like being the face of Poteet football this year.
It feels good just trying to lead the next generation and lead my teammates now so we can have a better year than the past few years. Hopefully break some records.
Great, and that meaning that also going forward, making the playoffs again, right?
Yes, sir.
Coach said that y'all had getting back to the playoffs because you were a sophomore, I guess. No, you were a freshman.
Yes,
the
sir.
last time that Poteet was in the playoffs. But Coach made it clear that all you guys were a part of the program, middle school, freshman, whatever it was. So y'all know what it's like being in the playoffs, and it takes a guy like you, a leader like you, to help lead this group to get back to the playoffs. And I think Coach really appreciates that, and I'm sure your fellow teammates appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Nathan, got to ask you this question. As an offensive lineman, do you like to run block better or to pass block better? And tell us why.
I like run blocking because you can just drive somebody until they're on the ground. And in pass blocking, you have to be more passive.
Yeah.
All right, we're here back with Nathan Crimpin, and Coach told us that y'all's motto this year came from you, some kind of hashtag. Tell us about what that hashtag is and what it means to you and the team this year.
Yes, sir. So our new hashtag is hashtag flip the script, because the past couple of years people have been downing us, saying we're going to be the worst team in the district. So this year we're just trying to flip the script and make people think that we're going to be better and that we need to do better.
My name is Michael Uribe. I'm a junior. I'm number 1, and I play free safety.
Okay, Michael, free safety, wide receiver. Coach said that you've been starting since a freshman and you're currently a junior. So he said one thing that you bring to the table is the Friday night experience. The game itself is no different from Thursday night to Friday night, except for the speed of the game. Can you tell us a little bit about how you have adjusted to the speed of the game as your freshman year, your sophomore year, now moving into your junior year?
Since the beginning, I looked up to the older guys, and I needed to step up because I was only a freshman, and I did. And since they graduated, it became easier because I got used to it, and I have to be my part of the team and everything. So take my time and be a cool head.
My name is Capua Garcia. I'm a D tackle. I'm also a senior. I'm number 50.
All right, Kapua. Defensive tackle. Coach said you like to plug the middle.
I do.
You do. Tell us about what it feels like to demand that double team. And so you said earlier, sometimes triple team. What does that mean to the guys behind you when you can do that and dominate down in the trenches?
Well, to me, it sucks to get triple team, but it's a good thing too because the guys in the back, they have open holes just to get through the line. Yeah.
And they get their name in the paper then, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you ever dream about picking up that fumble and rambling 60 yards and hitting pay dirt and getting your name in the paper?
I always do.
Have you ever scored a touchdown?
No.
Yeah, I bet that's a goal this year. You want to score a touchdown. Force a fumble, take the fumble, and score it yourself.
I caused a lot of fumbles. And I do get the ball in my hand, but it's always the whistle.
Always the whistle.
Me.
All right, Kapua. Coach said you're athletic for your size. Tell us a little bit about what you did in the off season and in the summer to get even stronger and to become even more athletic.
I would live with my team after school or after practice. I would just
Getting more. You got extra.
get extra.
You did a little bit of extra.
Yes, sir.
You know, and a lot of times you're going to hear coaches say that it's not what you did during the athletic period. It's not what you did during school. It's what you did outside of the school day, doing a little bit more. And so that's something that you really tried to work on this past year?
Yes, sir.
Thanks for joining us today with Cat Broadcasting, looking at the Poteet Aggies. It was a blast. I loved going out to Poteet, talking to Coach Valerio and some of the players. Looking forward to August 29th, game of the week. Poteet Aggies at home versus the Bandera Bulldogs. We'll see you at the games.